Hanukkah is the Jewish festival that celebrates the oil that survived 8 days when it should have just lasted the one. The Sunnukiah is a solar and battery-powered Chanukiah that I created for Waverley Council with the Jewish Climate Network, and I made it with my dad. The sun's energy is transformed into the renewal of the oil, and I think there's a beautiful story there.
So I'm Joel Adler. I'm a public artist and I also work in industrial design. I like to make works that interact with people and interact with the environment. After studying industrial design, I started working for my dad in his metalworking shop, and we had this opportunity to make a bunch of metalwork for Mount Sinai, the school. And I saw on one of the plans that it said tree/sculpture with a question mark. I haven't been there since we planted the trees at the bottom. I'm very curious to go back to the school and see how the students have lived with the work and also how the plants have grown through it. My name's Joel. I'm the artist that made the Tree of Life sculpture. Well, I'm curious what it's been like being in the school with the Tree of Life sculpture, and what does it mean to you?
Going upwards with the tree and to the leaves, you grow into a lot of knowledge of the Jewish and the roots of the trees, the roots of yourself, your school, your friends, your family. And if you just look up, all the vines wrapping around the end of it in the metal, and it's super relaxing. At the top you can see the sky.
So after the Tree of Life sculpture, I had a piece of work in my portfolio, and I've always wanted to be in sculpture by the sea. I used to go as a kid all the time. Viewfinder was basically a giant periscope that reflected the view of the ocean back up to people standing on the path. I designed what's called the Ark, which is the centerpiece of the synagogue. It's where the Holy Scriptures are held, and I wanted to create a piece that interacted with the light and the environment in a way that kind of created this really holy moment. So the Jewish Climate Network invited me to go on their Lighthouse Retreat, which is this weekend of talking with experts, like climate experts, where I could spend time thinking about my responsibility as an artist. What could I be doing better, or what story should I be telling? The Sunnukiah Project came about, well, at the beginning it was the Waverley Council asked me to design a Chanukiah. And at the same time, the JCN mentioned that they wanted to do a solar-powered Chanukiah. And I actually just said to them, we're already doing one, let's make it solar-powered. It's kind of taken me down this journey where I'm interested in the relationship between the Hanukkah story and climate change and about energy. Thanks, Lauren, for meeting with me. I'm really curious to learn more about solar and battery technology. I'm using it in this project, and it's not something I really know that much about.
So what's different about solar power and really all renewable energy is, the clue is in the name. The energy is cheap, it's clean, it's abundant, it's natural. We have the world's highest proportion of solar on residential roofs at close to 40%. Batteries have been a little later to the party.
This project, the Sunnukiah, is solar-powered. We have a battery in there.
So it's interesting. This project does reflect how solar and battery work hand in hand because, as you said, during the day the solar panel is charging the battery, and then at night when the sculpture is lit up, that's power from the battery. So it's inert, stored energy that's been produced during the day. And this is the same reason that storage is such an important part of Australia's clean energy transition.
So I'm curious about the original story of the one day of oil that then lasted the 8 days. How do you relate to that in terms of the story of climate change?
I think there's a message there about sustainability. I suppose the miracle of the oil is the first renewable energy because the oil didn't run out. And what we need at the moment, facing this climate change emergency, is to use the energy responsibly and sustainably to help people, not to harm people, to generate light and warmth for the benefit of human beings and the whole of creation.
The Sunnukiah has only been up for a day, and I've had a lot of people tell me how special it is to have an overtly Jewish object in the environment. And I think it's also nice to have a symbol for renewable energy and as a talking point for the Jewish community.